Meow, meow. Guten Tag. Hello, hello, welcome. How are you? Welcome back to my lectures of my book, IT ERP Project, 33 Years of Experience, 99 Thoughts, 66 Minutes to Read. As always, a short lecture of my book, explaining what I thought on writing this after it. Always unscripted, no AI, no nothing, just me, the camera, and you. So let's start with chapter 8. This is standard. We all want to believe that there is a defined standard way of doing anything. In projects, you always hear, especially during the pre-sales discussion, this function is standard. People want to be reassured by asking the question, can you confirm that this is standard? Now take a step back and think what standard truly means. If your business is standard and the solution is standard, what is it that will make the difference then? Yes, not all special processes developed over the past in a company deserve to be transferred in the future. But to ensure you don't end up cutting down the heart of your differentiation to your competitors, make sure that you don't believe too much in the standard. So, I personally hate best practice, standard, gold standard, whatever it is, expressions. There is no such thing as a standard way of working. There is maybe a general agreement how processes look on a very high level. Okay? So if you want to order something, you have an item or procurement category or something like this, you make a purchase order, you send that purchase order in any transportation way to a potential vendor. The potential vendor confirms the pricing and the quantities and the delays. You accept, you receive the goods, you make the product receipt, you then pay the goods, and then you have it. That is a very rough understanding of a purchasing process. But the involved stakeholders in a company can be completely different between supply chain, warehousing, the purchase demander, the production. There is no such thing as a standard. There is a general high-level process, which is a guideline maybe for the things, but not at a one-on-one implementation. Now, I also think if you have a company and you do produce one good and you have another competitor who's producing the same goods, or at least from the idea the same goods, if you are doing everything in a standard way, you have the same machines, you can buy them, you set up the same processes in the same software, you buy the same raw materials, what differentiates you from the competitor? Okay? Nothing. So make sure that you understand what the heart of your business is to make the differentiation to your competitor in the market to have a reason to be. If everybody is standard, if everybody is the same, there's no need to have competition. Make sure you can support it. And on the other thing, have you ever seen standard stuff? If we take something like simple jeans trousers. If you look, there are, I don't know if you take a Levi's 501, I don't know how many sizes you can buy, maybe about 20 sizes. For 1 million people, there will be a lot of people who cannot fit in there because they are too small, too large, too wide. I don't know, the shape of their legs is not fitting to them. So even though we have standardized the jeans in a way that we believe we have a standard size for everybody, you will still have enough people who cannot fit in there. And therefore you have the slim, you have the extra large cut, the booty cut, or whatever. Believing that there is a standard to solve all the problems may lead to cut down what makes you unique. Have you ever tried one of those fancy stuff, one size fits all? You can only go to Carnival with this stuff because normally it never fits to anybody. Okay? So try to find out on a high level which of those process steps, which are a kind of common agreement, fit to your needs, and where is your differentiation in that. But then once you have found your deviations from, let's call it a general agreement process, make sure that this is not a fancy, past, stupid idea you had and you want to preserve for the future. Make sure that this deviation or doing it different from a commonly agreed process makes a business advantage of you. Okay? If you think there is a business advantage of it, then you need to derive from the so-called standard or from the so-called best practice. But make sure that you get a value out of it. But again, doing everything in a standard will cut you down to standard, and what makes a differentiation to your competitor. So keep that in mind. Standard will reduce your ability and flexibility in a competition way. If you be too flexible, implementation will be complex, risky, large budget, and maybe not a good solution. So let's see where we go with the next chapter, which is this system does even not have an invoice layout. Let's see what is in there next time. Hope you will be there. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Adele. Meow, meow.